I got a question about habits and rituals. Some people like James and David were interested in what are your daily rituals? How do you stay charged? How do you stay not motivated, but how you stay so engaged? What are the practices you do each day?
I love it. I love practical questions. First thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I just control my thinking. So, and let's keep it real. No one's perfect. There are days I could wake up and say, holy shit, I just checked my phone and I see there's 30 messages that I haven't responded to. But then I can say, you know what? Well, all the confidence and self-esteem is within me now to be able to control the situation. There's nothing to worry about. So I'll state affirmations as soon as possible as waking up. I'll then say today I'm going to be the role model I truly wished existed because I want to inspire others. And then I'll ask myself some powerful questions, usually about three. So this morning I said, what are two things that I can do today for somebody who cannot do absolutely nothing for me? Right? So that was one question. The second question is, what can I do today to ensure that I could at least, and this has been my most recent struggle. I'm always focusing on my personal growth and development.
Hmm.
But what is one thing that I can do today that can alleviate some of the desire to just constantly move fast? Because I'm one of those individuals. I have OCD. I've been diagnosed with it and I'm
Hmm.
perfectly okay with that. But at the same time, I respect that I have so much energy to just continuously push forward and progress forward that I'm willing to apply that in a direction that's going to inspire others. So I'll take that same question and ask myself, okay, what is something I could do today out of self-love? Well, I'll just go for a walk after the interview with Phil. So I'm going to leave my cell phone home. I'm going to turn off all the electricity. I'm just going to go walk around my block. Simple. Now, I don't do that. I really don't. I'm the guy who I'll prioritize going to work out. I'll meditate, but just constantly going. I just want to keep running as fast as I can, and it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because constantly being on the move will create separation for you to recalibrate sometimes, where you're just constantly going and going and going, and then you got to force yourself to stop so you can take a step away and really focus on other things. But at the same time, I love what I do. I'm just passionate about constantly moving at 120 miles an hour. Well, is it going to last forever? No, it's not going to last forever because I'm in alignment with seasonal changes within my
Hmm.
physiology and my energy. So I know that, when I was back in December, I had a yielding experience where I went out to California. Well, I went to a Ty Lopez event,
Hmm.
then went to California, came back, defined the things that I want to do, and then really got ingrained with my rituals. So just affirmations, powerful questions, focusing on daily prioritizing my agenda in alignment with my weekly goals, and then just waking up. And I don't need motivation. I don't need to watch a motivational video. I don't need to read a powerful book first thing in the morning. It may work for somebody else. I don't need to wake up and do 50 push-ups to get my energy going. I don't need to do that. I just need to wake up, focus on the things that I want, and understand if I don't do that, I'm not only letting myself down, I'm letting a world down. When you've got 319,000 people accumulated from videos and social media and messages and comments and all that, you realize your responsibility is much bigger. It's no longer about yourself anymore. If you don't want to get up and do your work, bro, fuck you. I say that with love. If you don't want to get up and go to the gym, I want you to understand that by not going to the gym, you're sabotaging your energy. That by the next time you meet with some person, they're gonna feel that. I promise you, if you're in sales, your prospect will not close that deal with you. I promise you, if you don't meditate, you can't give your significant other presence. So if you don't do that, who are you letting down? It's not just yourself anymore. So stop being selfish and just focus on doing what needs to get done and make that a habit. That's it.
I want to tie that into a question I got from Alex Rodriguez because you're very active on Snapchat. I also got you on Snapchat. You should definitely add him, Anthony Aramini. And he asked the question, how do you use social media as a tool without being consumed by it?
Habits. It's Simple as that, right? So understanding your bad habits. I have a bad habit of scrolling through social media. What's the emotional reward? Just go through the habit. I stated everything that you need to really become a great and one of the greatest versions of yourself and really achieve your goals. It's been said in this video, and I'll probably do another 20 to 30s of these throughout the next, 6 to 8 months, and it's going to be the same message. You got to focus on habits. So the minute you make a decision to get committed and going all in into something you really believe you can make grow, forget about the noise. Forget about, quitting smoke weed, cigarettes, and stopping to scroll through social media. Start with what are the big habits that are holding you back right now. Because any one small change you make in your life is going to influence the direction of not just your life, but your business, your social media presence, right? Just posting a status. I've been 20 days clean and not smoking cigarettes. You're already generating exposure on social media because you're relating to people who are in your community who are beginning to know, like, and trust you. So you're already creating influence. And it mind boggles me because there are so many quote unquote leaders in today's culture that think they need to carrot and stick people and just post quotes and pictures on things on social media that it's going to create some type of rapport with them. But just being real with them, hey, I made a decision to go vegan, right? Hey, I'm actually working out of the gym today. I guarantee you there's at least 5 people who your social media who will watch that video and say, shit, I didn't go to the gym today.
And that's also the thing what I like about you, and what I also try to do is a lot of people just post a video or post a quote, but I want to know what that quote does for you. Where do you come from? What journey did you go through? What emotion did you feel? Because people connect with people. People connect with authenticity. So I like to know the story, because we always see the finished product, right? The guru who achieved the end result, but also like seeing the journey, seeing the process. That's actually so powerful because people can recognize themselves in the same fear, hopes, dreams, anxieties as other people have. And I think people long for connection. People long for genuine emotions and stories.
They really, really do. And I truly believe if we could just step away for a moment, and this is really powerful to think about, if we could just step away from the moment, we could step away for a moment and stop focusing on what people think about us. Or we could just look at a social media as your home. No one's going to walk into your home and disrespect you without you being able to control that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody walks into your house and says, go fuck yourself, you're going to say the door's right there. So on social media, it goes no different. If you're worried about someone judging you, you've got a delete button. Like, I understand there's people who are really in tune with their emotions and are sensitive, but we got to take a moment to just understand. No one's going to come into your house and really get to them unless you allow them to, right? And recognizing that there could be 20 people who are hating on you, naysaying on you, but there are just 2 people who send you a message. And I watched your video. I could read through you 5 messages right now. This is my body. I get so much hate nowadays from the things that I talk about because they say, well, we live in a society where you could just be comfortable, relax. It's not all about working all the time. I went to the bar the other day because I celebrated the release of my audiobook. And I see a guy there, and he's like, bro, I follow you on social media, but, you can just relax and party sometimes. I could see you at the bar more often. And I'm like, well, I can see you at the bank more often too. But, it's not happening. It's really not happening. So just stepping away from understanding that, you can control your own opinions about yourself by controlling what's going in here, what you're telling yourself, who you're inviting into your life, and the community that you're building. So even when go ahead.
And again, that's what you said, like you can be open, you can be authentic and genuine, but at the same time you have those core values, you have that purpose. And all those people can follow a different path, but if you align yourself with that purpose, with those values, with some like-minded people, it doesn't matter what other people are thinking, because you have that core, you have that strong foundation to return back to, and then you can be open without feeling like hurt all the time, because inside you got a strong foundation.
Yeah, absolutely agreed with that. And I love how you mentioned that, because we're online marketers essentially, and online marketing is all about, let's put this funnel and this advertisement and these things out there. But there's so much practical and technical strategy that it'll get you separated for a moment of being yourself on your platform and connecting with your people. So here's the difference. I just posted a video the other day. It was a Facebook video Same video I posted on YouTube months back. And on YouTube, the video got 300, 500 views. I posted the same video with motivational music. I put the video in text, uploaded it to my own Facebook friends list. And the video just did one thing. It shared my story and a message.
Yeah.
And the video's now going viral. And I'm going to tell you what I intend to do with it because I'm open. I'm open to helping people. Whoever's watching this and when you want strategy, the moment you see a piece of content that's working, I don't even have a business Facebook page yet for character development mastery. But in the next 2 to 3 days, I'm creating one. I'm going to put that video that I've shared on my Facebook friends list on the Facebook page. I'm going to put a daily ad budget for $10 and I'm going to boost that. And by the time you watch this video, whoever's watching the video now, you're going to see a video go viral firsthand. So right now, if I were to check it, we're at 2,900 views. No, 2,900 likes. Yeah, views, about over 100 likes, maybe 32 shares, a lot of engagement. And on a Facebook page, if I take that same video, broadcast it to a Facebook page such as Addictive to Success or Grant Cardone, Anthony Robbins, the word personal development, and see that it's growing and growing, I could just increase the ad budget, maximize my time because I've already got a piece of content that's being viral, put them back to my Facebook page and leave an offer there, right? I'm not only making huge impact, but as a business, you can increase your revenue. So social media is a great platform to be yourself, to connect with others, not by, shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk for really brainwashing me into this belief and it works, not by, just generating exposure, letting a bunch of likes and comments just sit there, but you actively engage with them.
Not by networking, but by connecting.
Connecting with people, right. And I'm telling you, you'll get so many messages by tomorrow morning. I'll show you firsthand. Your Facebook might look something like this. Whoa. I really can't see it now, but I got about maybe like 30 messages that haven't been responded to yet. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but all the unresponded to messages.
That's nice, man.
And it's gonna go for days. So the way that you get that is just by looking to connect with people and give value. Stop asking for things. Don't reach out to me and ask for something else if I'm already giving you free content. Just give free content, allow you to deliver value and what they need and want. Seek to reach out to them and deepen a personal relationship with them. Stop focusing on just dollars. And I promise you, at the moment when it's right, jab, 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 right hook, you're going to be able to receive something in return, and it's going to be energy in reference to money, and it'll work.
All right, I got two questions for the end, but I want to take some time also to answer some questions people of your Facebook group might have, man. So let's share those questions.
Yeah, so I have a couple from the Facebook live stream that ended up disconnecting somehow, but it's cool. Just Joshua leaves a comment, awesome stuff. Love the dinner after the non-jobs event. Yeah, it's actually where I met him.
Cool.
Grateful for meeting you there as well. Yeah, there was a significant amount of people who were there. And then Kyle asks a great question. Kyle Wagner says, tough question. What's the way to support someone who's been heavily abused and beaten as a child, lost someone of his closest friends to suicide, and above that, lives in constant pain from a bone disease? I love this kid, and I think he's capable of so much more than sitting in his room. That is a powerful question because it's a fragile topic that really needs to take into account where that person is in their reality and what you're experiencing right now in your reality. So this is where the skill of empathy comes in, and this is where a lot of people's lack of empathy skills is going to be brought up in fruition. So my first invitation to you is to just take a reflective step back before you even talk to the person and just ask yourself, what are you going through? Like, you're my best friend. I love this guy, whole and soul. You're going through a lot. Can I acknowledge that and talk to you from that standpoint? Because I promise you, somebody who's in a depressive state and a sad state, the moment you come there, they're going to be like, really don't, like, wow, whoa. So we need to first recognize where that person is in reference to energy, and let's bring ourselves to that state. Now, you don't have to experience what it is they're experiencing. You don't need to put yourself into the depressive state, but just let them know that you'll be with them on that energetic level, right? Like, let's say you're an old lady right now. This is the difference of a great salesperson and a bad salesperson. It happens all the time. I get on a phone with an investor who's young, really cocky, and has a lot of money. So he's the type of person that's like, I don't need your time, right? So I'm going to get on there and I'm super confident in that moment. I'm going to help you rent out your apartment. I got the people you need, blah, 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 blah. Versus 98-year-old Sally, who picks up the phone, lived at her house for 48 years, and has grandchildren who are older than I am 2 times and are living a great life right now. So my response to her is, hey, such a pleasure, Sally. I really found your apartment out of the market, and just shift my tone. So shift your tone to accommodate their energy level. And I would just be honest with them and say, what can I do to help? I want to help. I want to let you know that I'm here for you. I love you to death, man. Like you've been in my life for so long, and I've seen you grow, and I want to just be here for you because I just want to let you know that you've got people who really do love you. And if there's anything that I can do, I just want to let you know that I'm here for you. Here's my number. Would you like to go out for a drink? Here, let me take you out for some dinner. And if they say no, to just be open to acknowledging that maybe that person just wants some space.
Mm-hmm.
But if delving into that isolated, lonely side, that I would just kind of be playful about it and just let them know that you're inviting them out somewhere, and you would really love if they joined you out somewhere, right? So that question of what if I go to the gym consistently and I want to get my girlfriend into the gym consistently? You're not going to say, hey, you're fat. Gym, right?
No, man, that will backfire definitely.
Yeah, big time. What I would say is something along the lines of, hey, did I ever tell you how hot you look in yoga pants? Jesus Christ, did I ever tell you how hot you look when you're sweaty? Oh my God. You know what I would love to do today? You and me get to the gym together, do a crazy great workout. I want to see you get all hot and sweaty. We come back home, we get the massage going on, we get to the shower, we get bedroom Olympics going on. Oh man. I'm telling you, two states right there, right? Versus like gaining weight and all that, versus that state, different changing. So you want to align yourself with coming from a place of love. David Data said it best when he said, "Love is the greatest gift you can give." So always come from a place of love.
That's powerful,
That's
man.
Yeah, that'll definitely be my answer to him. And then I'll answer one more question over on the Pave Your Path page.
Sure.
I know Tom asked the question yesterday, so that's where I'm getting to now. Here you go. Okay. Chris asked, Anthony, you may have answered this previously, but I want to know what strategy you use to keep focused. You seem like a very busy guy, yet you still seem to make time for everything. I have a pretty short attention span, and I find that writing a list helps keep my mind from wandering. Even in a conversation or class that I'm interested in, I tend to space out often. I'm assuming this could be a byproduct of my bad habits. I would like to get your perspective. I also sent 2 questions to Philip about those habits, and I think this question would be a great follow-up to those. So just run through the question really quick.
I know who sent the question, and it's also somebody who struggles with weed addiction, and he also asked the question. Maybe you could tie into that with answering the first question of, if you ever stop smoking or you ever stop smoking weed, can you ever go back to your friend circle and just be around people who smoke weed, or should you avoid being around that environment because it's just too tempting? So that was the extra question.
Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience, because I've experienced this past weekend. This past weekend, I made a conscious decision to go to a party who was with a really good friend of mine that graduated with high school with me. And him and I and all of that circle group of friends, you know, we drank a lot, smoked weed a lot, we used to smoke cigarettes a lot, and everything of that particular nature. So I've made the conscious decision to step away from about 98% of the things that they're doing. And for me, it was just making a conscious decision to stop at all costs. Now, the moment I got back into that sphere, thing I realized is there was emotional tendencies to do exactly what it was that they were doing. To drink on the level they were, to smoke weed like they were, to smoke cigarettes like they were. And I recognized that, okay, this is something that I'm not consciously going to do, so I'm not going to do it. But at the same time, I'm just aware of these emotional tendencies that are coming. So I'm going to just put my values in place right now to stake a claim that I'm not going to do it. And it's also going to create a space for me to recognize, well, maybe I don't feel best in reference to my growth just by being in this sphere. And it hurts to say that, to step away from this sphere. I love these people to death. I love these people to death. I grew with them. I grew up with them. But if I stay around that sphere of friends, it will influence my desire to want to regress back into where they're at in your life. And I don't say that to judge them. They're great people. They never did me wrong in any particular way. But to weed, to see them do coke, I've had a friend in the bathroom with me, you know, several years ago, ask me literally to hold a strap. This was my old group of friends, because he wanted to shoot up heroin, and he got out of the bathroom. Like, I left after that, but I see him get out of the bathroom. He's all heroined up, and you know, that was an experience that mind blew me. So to answer Chris's question, you really got to make a stake, a commitment to yourself, which states who you are, what is it you want in your life, what's your emotional well-being in reference to freedom look like. Are you going to let your habits control you? Are you going to let your environment control you? Or are you going to control your environment? Even if in the beginning, you know, you continuously hang out with these people and just stop smoking cigarettes. Because I'll be honest with you, when I first quit smoking cigarettes, now I was still hanging around a group who was constantly smoking. And even in the day where I said I stopped, they were all smoking cigarettes with me in the car. And to me, I felt like there's no love of going back and forth. So I need to just separate myself from that group and just situate myself with more people. So I started going to the gym more consistently and spacing myself away from them until I was more in alignment with not smoking cigarettes. The negative change was I isolated myself. So I didn't have any friends until I replaced my social circle. And my new social circle didn't want to smoke cigarettes. They didn't want to smoke anything like that. So, like I said, just understand who you are, what you want in life, and don't settle. Don't settle.
Yeah, I often say you have like a willpower muscle, and you have a lot of willpower, and your values can be strong, and you can really have a firm foundation. But anything you focus on, it costs energy, it costs willpower. And if you have to go something against something, or say no against something, if your willpower is big enough, you can say no. But if you know it will drain energy from your willpower that you could use more constructively, then you should ask if the willpower is strong enough to say no, and if you maybe don't want to use your willpower for something more constructive, you know, because you still want to get shit done, or it doesn't add to your personality.
Yeah, and you hit the nose in the head when you said that. You know, you can use your willpower to do something really destructive, or you can use your willpower to do something very constructive towards your life. And as we've been talking about this entire talk, you know, it's commitment to what it is you want. So is your conscious decisions or unconscious decisions leveraging your willpower to do something destructive or constructive? It's just as simple as that.
So to tie into the question that he first asked, he's very distractive and you don't know how to focus. Do you have something which helps you to focus, or are there some things you do to make sure that you focus on the task at hand, like shutting off social media or working in a certain way?
Well, this question's gonna arrange for different people. I'm a crazy dude. So I don't need to have social media apps that are gonna stop me from procrastinating. I'm just so self-disciplined, and this is the key. When you see rock bottom firsthand, And you know what's at stake if you don't take action. You don't need a freaking app that's going to keep you focused. You don't need to read a book and find out every single strategy under the sun. It's working for some people, so you can do things like find a website like stick.com and put in your daily commitment or your goal commitment. And if you don't achieve your goal, you got to put dollars towards your goal that's going to keep you accountable. I just will die for my goal. It's just it sounds so crazy, but I will die for the things that I have to do. And I only will die for the things I have to do because I've seen the worst of the worst. When you see your mom almost getting killed, you want to do everything in your life to provide for her. When you see your brother almost get killed, you want to be an inspiration to him.
That was so powerful with you that you can even use the negative for the positive, because I think it was really powerful what you said, like, you know what, I realized I learned something from my dad. I learned how not to be a dad. I learned how not to be a man. So that's even a powerful lesson from going through all that negative stuff, that I could still use it in a positive way for myself and other people. I thought it was a really powerful message, man.
Yeah, and I do want to give a lot of thanks for Anthony Robbins for shining me down that path, because I resented my dad for a long time, up until about the age of 15, where, he would just constantly traumatize my life, as we talked about earlier. But then I realized, after getting into personal development around 17, 18, excuse me, but after like 17, 18, getting into my first sales job, reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and then making The Giant Within and Unlimited Power, and then hearing Anthony say, the meaning you associate to the events in your life will guide the decisions that you make moving forward. If you can control the meaning and shift the meaning by doing something, you can transform the direction of your life and how you treat yourself and others. So that was when I made a conscious decision to literally sit down and to reverse engineer what happened. Why did my dad decide to do the things that he did? Why was my dad so violent? My dad was in Desert Storm. My dad first fought in the first Iraqi war. Wow. He was a boxer who got the Golden Gloves. So he had discipline. And when things didn't go his way, he got pissed. Then experiencing his best friends get shot and die in front of his face, it's going to shift your focus. It's going to make you pissed off. And then you never seeking another way to release that emotion and transcend that emotion in the other way, because you were never open to the process of personal growth. This is why he decided to take the anger out in other areas. So it's just these little things, and I've experienced these and said, all right, so these are what not to do. And all right, what did it teach me to do? Okay, well, you know what? If I'm pissed off about an event that happened in my life, let me just be honest with the person that I'm talking to, that I just had this happen to me, and I'm a bit cranky right now, and I don't want to reflect on anything to you. Like, a lot of us fear if we share that, we're going to get judged for it. But I'll be honest with you, I was on a date the other day with my significant other, and I had anxiety going on. And I'm so self-aware that I want to be the man who gives you my all no matter what the situation is. Yeah. Total presence. And if I'm feeling anxiety, I can't do that. So I'm going to selfishly let you know, hey, babe, I had a little bit of a situation that happened earlier today, and I'm experiencing a bit of anxiety as a result of it. So I just want to ask you to give me 2 minutes just to recalibrate and to give you my total presence. I want to give you my all. And she respected me so much more for that. So the essence of the answer is, how do you stay focused on the things you want to do and leverage the experiences going on within your life? You've got to be very conscious of giving it meaning firsthand onwards.
That was super powerful, man. I want to thank you so much for this talk. We've been almost talking for 2 hours. I have the feeling that we could talk like for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, man.
Yeah, man. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. You're so inspirational. If people want to learn more about you or get in touch or buy the ebook Pave Your Path, what context should he check out, or your social media channels?
So I'm most active right now on my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook search Anthony Aramini. That's Facebook search Anthony Anthony Aramini Aramini. Again, Anthony Aramini. And I have a promotion going on literally until Thursday. I'm not sure when you'll be getting this video
Mm-hmm.
up, but I will have the book and the audio program up for sale over on my website at a characterdevelopmentmastery.com. That's characterdevelopmentmastery.com. You can just click the products tab and then it'll be the ebook. But between you and I'm gonna be totally honest with
Mm-hmm.
you. After receiving literally hundreds of people asking me to speak the book and speak in the book in my office on a Saturday night, I extended the book to 1.5 hours of bonus content where I just went on tangents after tangents after tangents and expanding and adding more. Such a powerful resource. I would recommend you actually invest into the audio program. It's an MP3 download. You can put it on your phone, on your computer. I can be with you in the gym when you're working out. If you're in sales, listen to me before you get into your sales presentation, commuting to work. Put me on your car as opposed to listening to the same song 24 times on the radio. Put me on your phone when you're commuting on the bus. But I'm going to give you literally 4 hours of content that's going to blow your mind. I'm talking about doing things like deepening yourself so you can achieve your goals in life. So you can enhance your emotional intelligence by controlling your emotions, break bad habits, really achieve the goals, like I said, you want in life with strategy, and last but not least, inspire others and really make a difference in the world. We live in a society today where we lack one thing: leaders. I'm not talking about leadership because some people define leadership as dictatorship. I'm saying leadership in the reference to leading from the inside out, not thinking you need to have this thing in your life to get you more money, but to recognize that you can create greatness within your life by focusing on your habits, on your emotions, on your decisions, knowing what your values are. So you can leverage your values and your habits to achieve your goals, live your vision, and let another person come up to you one day and say, it was because of you that I've been able to do this. So be the inspirational role model for others so you can get everything you want in life. Pave your path.
All right, awesome, man. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and hope we can do another call in the future, man. Pave your path, how to effectively get anything you want in life. Anthony Aramini, thanks, man.
It was nice talking to you, man. I'll talk to you soon.